Today I'm going to demo for you how to make these apple roses. So I don't know if you guys have been on Facebook lately or Pinterest. They're everywhere. Everybody's talking about these apple roses. And basically what it is it's an apple rose. It looks like a rose, but it's made out of apples. It's really, really beautiful. Here's what you're going to need to make these things. First of all, you need some puff pastry. You can just buy this from the store because puff pastry is really hard to make. And what I've done is I've cut the puff pastry into these strips like this, about 1.5, maybe 2 inches wide strips, just like that. And then the other thing that I have are these apples. So I was in Abbotsford a couple of weeks ago, and I came home with 5 pounds of these beauties. So I just used my mandolin, and I went on there with the thing, and I just did this with it and came up with these really, really thin slices of apples. Can you see how that is? Like these really thin slices of apples. Now, when you cut them like that, they're not pliable, they're crispy because they're apples. So what you have to do is you have to dump them into some water and some lemon juice to keep them from going brown. And then I just put them in the microwave for like 2-3 minutes. And now see how nice they're, like nice and soft and pliable. Sir, there's one last thing that you need for this recipe, and that is some kind of jam. I'm using apple butter. A lot of people use, I've seen a lot of recipes say to use apricot jam. You don't want a red jam, you want a jam that's kind of neutral in color or apple colored. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take apple butter and my little pastry brush, and I'm just going to brush my piece of puff pastry with this apple butter. And all that does is it helps the apples to stick, right? There we go. Lovely. I'm going to start taking the apples and I'm going to start layering them along the pastry, just like this. Holy crap, that was hot. Okay. So I'm just going to layer them on the pastry like this. And you can sort of overlap them a little bit, and it's totally cool. Okay, so all I'm going to do is flip this part over there. And so what you want is some of the apple part sticking out over the top. That's totally how you want it to look. So it's like in a little sandwich, kind of. Not really. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start rolling from here. Now, you could do an extra step in here and do a little sprinkle at this moment of some cinnamon or cardamom, which is my favorite. And now I'm going to start rolling, and I'm just going to roll this up like that. It's kind of messy, guys. Okay. And when you're done rolling it up, it looks something like this. Now, does that not look like a rose? I think it looks like a rose, right? Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to drop it into a muffin tin like that. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is I just want to brush the top of this with a little bit of butter, because I don't want to put my thing in there, but yeah. So I would brush the top of this with a little bit of butter because that'll help it brown, which is always nice. And then I would also really quickly do a little sprinkle of sugar, just like that. A little sprinkle, just a little one. And I would do a little more sprinkles,